But you know what? I wanna chat about something. So, Joshua, our beloved, innocent little brother, has died tragically. It was probably our fault, assuming that we were the one who turned into that icon, the second icon of fire, which seems like we got a little possessed there or whatever, and that was what was maybe going on. But something that I've been thinking about a bit lately is how it's interesting that some things can just punch you right in the heart, right? Like, Joshua was, from the beginning, the first time I saw him, like, oh, this kid is gonna die, and it's gonna be tragic. We're gonna feel sad, but it still did punch me in the heart, right? I'm like, oh, this makes me feel feelings. This makes me feel a great sadness. I was tweeting about it. It came across my dashboard on Twitter, so I retweeted it and I posted it in the Discord. But there's the little comics about Grimace, right? Like McDonald's Grimace. There's been like the meme online or the trend where, somebody drinks the Grimace shake and then, we have a hard cut to them exploding or throwing up or dying or whatever. And then this little comic, right, was like, just Grimace sitting there going, why did they throw up? They don't like my shake? I wish I never had a birthday. And then just Grimace crying. And it just, I don't know why, but it just punched me. Every time I see it, it punches me right in the heart. I felt bad for a fast food mascot. Like, it made me sad. I actually looked up. I'm like, can I get a Grimace shake in Canada? And as far as I can tell, you can't. But like, that was how much it hit me in the heart. I'm like, no, Grimace, I'm sure your shake is delicious. But it made me sad. And granted, there was a follow-up where, Grimace starts getting messages of people saying, no, Grimace, like, the shake is good. It was a very tasty shake. I'm so proud of you. And then, like, Grimace had a happy birthday. But it's just funny, like, how those little things can tug at your emotions in a way that you'd normally be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna feel sad because people are making a dumb meme about, a special limited edition milkshake from McDonald's, But no, if with the right stroke of pen and ink, you can do that. You can grab my heart and make me feel things. Another one of these things that it's always stuck in my my mind is if anybody knows Castaway with Tom Hanks from I think 2000, right? He's trapped on the island and he has his volleyball companion. I guess spoilers for Castaway from, like 23 years ago. He has this volleyball that he paints a face on and starts talking to, and it's his friend because he's alone on this island and it's the only thing keeping him from going insane. I saw that. It was so sad. I know, right, Bells? Like, how did that make me feel feel those feelings? It was so sad. I'll post it. Well, it's in the Discord if anybody's interested, or if you check my Twitter, you'll be able to find both the original one and the follow-up. But yeah, so back to Castaway. Oh, actually broke my heart. I know, right? So back to Castaway, right? This whole movie, Tom Hanks is on the island. He's trying to survive, and he has this volleyball that he cut his hand on. He grabbed the volleyball, and he bled on it, and it made like a face. So he starts talking to this volleyball. He calls it Wilson, and it's his friend. And then later in the movie, he's, crafted together just this shitty little raft, and he's going to try to sail off this island to somewhere where he can get rescued. And he's sailing. He's got Wilson on the raft with him. And you know what? They get hit by a bit of a storm. And he gets knocked off the boat. And Wilson gets knocked off the boat. And he loses grip of, like, the harness he's fashioned to stay attached to the boat. So he can either go and save Wilson, or he can grab the boat and make sure he survives. And he has to let Wilson go, and he's screaming, Wilson! As Wilson gets dragged away by the waves. This is a volleyball that he has painted and, anthropomorphized and just talked to stay insane. But it's a volleyball. You would think that moment where the volleyball gets dragged away into the ocean, you know what? It's like, okay, Wilson has done, he's kept him safe, but now he's going to go back to the world. But it was so tragic. I have a vivid memory of sitting as a child in my family's living room, watching Castaway, seeing this moment and just breaking down and sobbing because Wilson was his friend. And Wilson was the person who was with him on the island, and it was so tragic. And as I remind you, it was a fucking volleyball. And still thinking about it, I'm just cutting back to that. It's been, you know, however many years, and it's still sad that his friend Wilson died. Another weird one, and this is going to be, I'm sure people will make fun of me for this, but there was, I think it was like 2008, and the movie was Click with Adam Sandler, right? And, you know, in the movie, he gets a magical TV remote that lets him control reality, right? And, you know, fast forward, pause, whatever. So he's, I think it was like an architect or something. I don't remember what the character's name was. But he starts using the fast forward button to just get through his day-to-day work. Like he's like under a lot of pressure for, you know, the big contract or whatever, architecture probably, I don't know. So he fast forwards to get all that done. Now I'm gonna be an ass here. Why didn't he just press the pause button and do the contract or whatever while time was paused? But anyway, so, you know, his you know, he starts fast forwarding, and the remote learns his tendency of fast forward the boring shit. Well, the boring shit also includes like family time. So this Adam Sandler's character, you know, his dad is getting older. He wants to spend time with him, whatever. And we start cutting in and out, and he keeps fast forwarding, and we end up with this clip where his father is really old. He's about to die. And basically all he wants is, you know, Adam Sandler's character to spend a little bit of time with him. And his dad has this coin trick that he never showed Adam Sandler's character, like, how it worked. And, you know, and so like the dad's like, hey, like, spend this time with me. I'll teach you how this coin trick works. And then the fast forward triggers again, and then when we cut back to, you know, this guy's dad has died. And we just keep, you know, it keeps going from there. The fast forward keeps going. And then we end up, you know, this character has skipped his whole life away. And you know what? Like, you know, he's at the end. He can't destroy the remote. But you know what? It's just this moment of he's skipped his whole life away. And I don't know why, but it was just this another really impactful thing that I'm like, why am I feeling this about a shitty Adam Sandler movie? And then anyway, you know, everything gets fixed in the end, but it doesn't take away from that moment, that weird moment that you're like, I'm feeling something here, and I'm almost surprised at how much I'm feeling from this story. If that makes sense. So I guess, you know, does anybody have those moments that they have encountered where you are feeling an unexpected amount of feelings for something that, yeah, probably is intended to make you sad, but you're also like, wow, that is more than I expected to feel here. Just those things where you didn't expect to just be punched right in the heart, or for the movie to reach into your chest and pull your heart out and give it a good squeeze. I don't know. It's just it's kind of interesting to think about how those moments will just impact you in a way that you don't expect sometimes. But yeah, so that was the thing that I'd mentioned earlier that I'm like, oh, you know, assuming this kid dies, I'm gonna have to talk about this. It was one of those things that I'm like, you know, when I get back to streaming, let's have this discussion that was, once again, inspired by Art of Grimace being sad that people were exploding and dying because of the Grimace shake. I'm probably going to have to cut this down. I think I'll cut it down and post it as a Cobalt's Conversations on the YouTube channel. And if you're here in the YouTube video, I will have posted the links to the original Grimace shake comic. I think it was originally a TikTok. in the description. So if you want to see what makes Cobalt randomly feel unexpectedly sad, check the doobly-doo. It'll be down there.